So, SummerSlam Night 1 is in the books. I know I'm not in my usual location. It's because I'm doing it downstairs in my dining room. There's a straight reaction SummerSlam that will go out as soon as I finished editing it, pretty much. But no, I enjoyed the first night. Like, I enjoyed it more than I thought. I've got a lot more investments going into the second night, as far as Rollins and Roman goes. I know the other stuff, the Intercontinental title match, the ladder match as well. Really forward to those. But this was still a really good night of wrestling. And it was not too bad ad-wise either. Like, okay, sometimes kind of took the piss a little bit, but compared to WrestleMania, it wasn't too bad. Matches actually got some time, as far as I'm aware. They didn't feel short like they did at WrestleMania, so hopefully this is a good sign of things to come, and hopefully next year's WrestleMania won't be as too bad. But yeah, I'd say it was pretty good. I pretty much enjoyed it for the most part. I will say, I do apologise if you can hear my fan throughout the video. It's like 2:15 in the morning here, and I'm boiling hot. So, but middle of summer, I guess. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I'll talk about it a little bit more as we go along. But yeah, this is my thoughts and opinions of SummerSlam 2026, Night 1. So the night kicked off with Liv Morgan defeating Io Sky to retain the Women's World Championship, which I know for a lot of people is going to be pretty intolerable. I do like the fact that after the match, and apparently some after comments from Liv Morgan was that she was not going to defend it for another 100 days, which I quite like, to be fair. It gets her heat as a heel, which I'm totally fine with. But as far as the match goes, this was their best match so far out of the 4 I think they've had now. This is definitely the best one. I did enjoy the Saturday Night's Main Event match they had when Liv was first world champion. But no, this was great. I really enjoyed it. Io was very, very over here, which I love to see. And yeah, there was a solid chokeslam from Raquel Rodriguez when they got involved off the top rope to Io Sky. She sold it really well. As far as Roxanne and Raquel did get involved, but not as much as usual, which I very much liked. They kept it, and the finish was completely clean, which again is just something I really do like. There was a beautiful Spanish fly from Io Sky to Liv Morgan, which I thought they did very well. Liv Morgan very smart to avoid the moonsault. Io did a moonsault onto all 3 members of the Judgment Day, but Liv ran back into the ring before the moonsault was before it connected with them all, which I thought was really cool. Io did an Oblivion to Liv Morgan 98% of the time. That stealing someone else's finish is never going to work. I think I've seen it a couple of times. I believe either Randy Orton has won with an FU or John Cena's won with an RKO, I believe once, but very rare that happens. But yeah, I thought it was a great sell. The top rope code breaker, I thought was done really, really well. And the finish, I thought the finish was the highlight of the night, in my opinion. Not the highlight night, highlight of the match, sorry. There was a great part where Liv did the Oblivion. Io flipped out of it, which was very impressive. But then Liv immediately hit a code breaker, then hit the Oblivion for the finish, which I thought was fantastic. I thought that was great agility from Io Sky to be able to hit the spring out of the Oblivion. I don't believe it's the first time she's done it, but it looks impressive every time. And then yeah, for Liv to so quickly capitalise on almost the distraction of Io flipping out of the move, I thought worked really well. And yeah, I said this was their best match so far. On my shorts page, you'll be able to find all my match ratings for this one. This one got one of the higher ones of the night, so go and check that out once you finish watching this video. After that, we saw the Bloodline, so Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Jacob Fatu take on the team of LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys. And man, my boys, me and my brother's boys, they picked up a W. Oh, I was so happy about this. LA Knight gets the W, pinning Jey Uso. Solo Sikoa is over as Rover as a babyface. Royce Keys looked great as well. The match was better than your average 6-man tag, but not outstanding as a trios match. I've seen a lot better trios matches, mainly from AEW. But yeah, I thought this was really good. Another great finish as well from these guys. But love the fact that Solo at the start of the match was running it back and they hit Jey Uso's team and he was taking a complete piss. Love that. And I've seen the online reaction to that has been pretty positive as well. So very happy to see Solo getting over so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just the fact that Solo's getting more over is something I'm really happy about, because I've been a Solo supporter for a while now, and it's good to see people finally getting on board. There was a great reversal of the barricade spot, so Jake Fatu went to go take out Royce Keys through the barricade, and Royce Keys not only did a power slam over the barricade, he flew. It was great. He was head over tit over the top, and yet hit the move perfectly. It was lovely to see. And yeah, Jey Uso sold the BFT like a champ. Now, I know Jey Uso gets a lot of shit about his selling. Also, early in the match, he did trip till we get into the ring, but we won't talk about that. But he planted himself down right on his dome, right on the top of the head, and yeah, sold the BFT absolutely perfectly. Very happy to see that, and people really need to start getting off Jey Uso's back as far as these moves go, because he's not perfect, but you know, who is? But yeah, very happy to see LA Knight and Solo and Royce get the win here. I'm very curious to see how that goes as far as Roman Reigns goes and the storyline with those guys going forward, because they've definitely taken a step back as far as how important the Usos and Jacob Fatu especially feel. But yeah, I feel like this is a really big win for the babyfaces, one that I certainly did not expect, and you could tell by the fans' reaction they didn't expect that either. So yeah, very happy with this one. And yeah, say it was better than your average 6-man tag, but it wasn't like outstanding. It was just a pretty good match, to be fair. After that, we saw Gunther defeat Nick Aldis, but this was all about Nick Aldis' performance. This was it never felt like Nick was going to win this match, not in the build-up and not in the match itself. I honestly would say that I think 99% of people that I saw picked Gunther for this one, but of course I know someone who did pick Nick Aldis. But again, this was a really good match. First thing was, I can't support Nick Aldis if he's coming out to Oasis. I hate Oasis. I'm a Brit for starters, and I don't like Oasis. And I'm a Man City fan, who like our biggest supporter is one of the Oasis brothers. Or I can't remember what they're called because I don't care. But yeah, absolutely hated that, despised it, and I was behind Gunther from that point onwards. No, I'm joking. I was really looking forward to this one. But yeah, Nick looked really good. His in-ring shape was great. When it got to the point of the superplex from Gunther to Nick Aldis, or Nick Aldis to Gunther, I think it was Nick Aldis to Gunther, I kind of was looking at his breathing, which is something I don't normally do, but with Nick Aldis not being in the ring for so long, but he was in ring shape. He looked really good here, and I was happy with how this all went for him. He went in a really good performance. It was a good and competitive matchup, and yeah, these two worked really well together. I'd love to see these two have another match, but I can't imagine that's going to be the case. I believe that Nick Aldis would be just go back to GM after this, maybe have a match every so often, but I'm not sure. As I said, personally, I'd love him to stay active on the roster and we get a new SmackDown GM, but yeah, if that's not the case, then that's absolutely fine. I like him in both roles, so I don't have an issue either way. But yeah, this was a great performance from Aldis. I hope that people realise now that this wasn't like a GM bullshit getting involved like Pat McAfee's done before or like others have done before. This is a former world champion taking on a former world champion. And yeah, they're not on exactly the same level, but like the amount of hate this got for it being a GM weigh-in instead of just a normal weigh-in was quite annoying to watch, so hopefully people change their mind on that. Also, sorry if my voice sounds shot. I did a lot of shouting during Oba versus Brock, so my voice might be a little bit ruined during the video, so I do apologise for further notice. Following that, we had Paige and the Bellas lose to Fatal Influence, which was, by the way, the absolute right call. Absolutely right winners here. But yeah, no, this felt like an abrupt ending. It wasn't the best. It was by far the weakest match on the night by like a good country mile. Yeah, I liked the double team that Brindley Reed? Well, I keep saying Brindley Reed, and that's not a name. And I don't know why I keep saying Brindley Reed, as if it's... I mean, there's still somebody called Brindley Reed, but I don't know. Laney Reed, even, and Fallon Henley did this really cool double team move to, I believe it was Brie. Well, apparently they also did it at Saturday Night's Main Event. I thought it was really cool. It was a really cool double team for them to have. But yeah, nothing really special here. Not a lot to talk about. This one was a plain as day 6-woman tag. Like, this wouldn't have gone amiss on a Raw or a SmackDown or a Saturday Night's Main Event. This was pretty simple stuff. So yeah, it was the right winners overall, like I've said. And then after the match, which was obviously the reason why this was put on the pay-per-view, I believe, we saw the Bellas turn as expected. They took out Paige. Brie wasn't as involved as we thought, because it seems like Brie might be injured, which is just hilarious considering that they've just brought Nikki back from injury to do the heel turn, and now Brie's not injured. So hopefully, for the case of the story, Brie isn't that injured, but if she has to take some time off, don't get me wrong, she can go away for a bit and make sure she's alright, you know. We don't need Brie around. We don't need her. We don't need Nikki around either. We should remove them both from TV, make sure they're both totally okay, actually. Cole made this ridiculous call, though. It really, like, it didn't annoy me, but it just sounded really stupid, which was like, oh, Paige and the Bellas were her closest sisters. When? Was it while she was in AEW? Because, as far as I remember, in the terms of the WWE world, Paige hates the Bellas. Especially Nikki and Brie. Both of them, really. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They have literally the last match that Paige and the Bellas all had in the ring at the same time was when they faced each other at WrestleMania, I believe. maybe not, but but the last major one they had, I think it would have been Team PCB. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean, though? It's ridiculous. These guys hated each other in the world of WWE. Why would they suddenly get along now? I do apologise for mistake. It's very early in the morning. I'm a bit tired. But yeah, the Bellas, though, as much as they are intolerable, like as wrestlers, they are very good as heels. They are very good at getting heat, and yeah, they're very easy to hate. So I'm glad that they've turned heel now. Paige is obviously very easy to like, but also very easy to hate. So yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense here, and it wouldn't surprise me if this led to an AJ Lee return and they do Paige and AJ versus the Bellas again. But yeah, no, the Bellas being heel, absolutely right call. So yeah. Then after that, Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. Now, I've got a lot of notes here. I wrote way more than I thought I was going to. But Punk got the win here, still WWE champion, very happy with that. Myself, I'm a massive CM Punk fan, so of course I wanted Punk to win. Am I one of those people that are like, oh, I don't want Cody to be champion ever again because I hate Cody? No, I would have been fine if Cody won as well. I would have questioned the sense behind it, but it's fine. I would have been fine with Cody winning. But obviously, as a Punk fan, absolutely biased towards him. But no, this was an enjoyable match. Everything made sense in storyline. I was curious to see how the injury storyline went for this match because I wasn't expecting it. And yeah, it worked pretty well overall. I was happy with the winner, as I said. But yeah, there was an interesting angle. Cody worked heel again, like he did against Randy Orton, which doesn't surprise me. Most people were cheering Punk and booing Cody, which made perfect sense. The beautiful top rope cutter from Cody against CM Punk, where he kind of twisted, not just in midair, but also upon landing, which I thought was really cool. There was a nice reversal from the GTS into a figure four leg lock, which I very much liked. Cody Rhodes was like controlling the match for the most part. CM Punk was selling the knee really well. This kind of dynamic worked well, but I'd like to see them both go at it where they're both staying 100% and they can be a bit more smoother in transitions. CM Punk's moonsault. Now, I'm aware he missed it completely. I'm not going to deny the fact he missed it, don't get me wrong. However, Punk has always said that he has the most crooked moonsault in wrestling. One of the times, if someone asks him what CM stands for, sometimes he will say, crooked moonsault. There has been no more crooked moonsault than that one was. It was quite funny. But, the fact that he missed it is fine. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. People go, the botch thing, they're going to put it in a big compilation on Instagram, it's going to be a thing. I don't care. It's fine. People miss moves. It is what it is. But yeah, very funny. Then we saw the table spot. CM Punk took a brutal landing on that table spot to get, because he landed on his feet, but then he's got a bad knee, so it fucked up even worse. But he, flew to get to the table and flew again off the table. It was pretty awful. And then, yeah, one thing I hate in wrestling in 2026 in WWE when it comes to CM Punk matches is the fall back GTS. CM Punk does a GTS, the person goes onto the ropes and falls back on him. I hate that. I hated it when he did it to Moxley. I hated it when he did it to Roman. I hated it when he did it to Seth. I hated it when he did it to Jay. And I hate it when he did it today to Cody. So, yeah, that annoyed me, I'm not going to lie. But the finish itself, Randy Orton returning and then Punk essentially just stealing a win, I enjoyed it. It makes perfect sense. I'm glad that we're doing Cody and Orton without the title. That was absolutely the right call to make. People said during WrestleMania that they could have done this match without the title. Completely agree here. And yeah, I'm glad that that's the way we're going for. And I hope they kind of do a trilogy out of this one. I know we've already had the WrestleMania match, which might count as one. I'd like them to maybe do to Survivor Series or something. I feel like it'd be really cool. But yeah, very happy with CM Punk getting the win here. Great finish. And yeah, I'm happy with the result. I think the match could have been better. The only issue with the injury angle wrestling is the fact that it kind of does take away from the match a little bit. So it can't be like these smooth transitions that you would normally get in a great wrestling match because one of them is injured. So it didn't get top marks for me. It still was the second best match of the night in my opinion. I think without an injury angle, this match could be a match of the year contender in the future. How do I put this? If they were to have a rematch in the future on a big pay-per-view like this one, I feel like they could have a match of the year contender, and if they just didn't do the injury angle. I hope that all made sense. And then we had the main event. Obafemi defeats Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. Absolutely brilliant. I loved this. I mean, I feel like I was maybe a little bit over-invested in this one, but this is one of the biggest matches of the weekend, and the fact that they changed, we think we changed it to go on last, but there was a lot of ridiculousness around the match order going into the show on social media and stuff like that. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad it went on last. The best match went on last, absolutely. But yeah, I enjoyed like pretty much the whole match. It was very enjoyable. I gave it 9 out of 10 on my ratings as a bit of a spoiler. But definitely go watch the short just for views. But yeah, I liked how I'm glad how Brock ran at Oba to start the match, because usually 8 times out of 10 an opponent will run at Brock, and that's like the first mistake they make. However, here, Brock ran at Oba, and it was the first mistake he made, and it worked really sense. And yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Oba no-selling 3 German suplexes, fair play to him. Braun Strowman, I think, did 1 German suplex, maybe 2, and he didn't sell those, but he did 3. Fair play to Oba. The stair shots, man, they were brutal. I'm not like, he took 3, and like 2 of them were straight to his forehead. It was grim, but fair play to him to taking those. And yeah, Brock picked those steps up. You got to remember, they're like 5,000 tons of metal, those steel steps. And Brock lifted them like they were nothing, like he normally does. But it's still very impressive. One thing I did notice, which people are going to absolutely hate, and I haven't been on social media since this match happened. I've come straight onto here. That they put Wingstop on the chairs. So we've got a Snap Into a Slim Jim table, Fireball ladder, and I've got a Wingstop chair. Oh, TKO, you've got to stop. Because the thing is, people are going to blame Triple H for this. It's not him. It's clearly not him. He doesn't. Head of creative doesn't say what advertisements should be on stuff. That's not his call. It's clearly TKO, and it's really friggin' annoying because it looks ridiculous. But you know, we're used to this Snap Into a Slim Jim table. We'll get used to a bite on a wing chair. I don't know, but when I saw it, I was like, oh no. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Enjoyed the match overall. I feel like I like the fact that they did the callback kind of to the kind of a callback, I guess. You know, when Brock ripped up all the ring and they exposed the wood, and then Brock very nicely did a callback to The Undertaker with the tombstone, but his match he did last inside Hell in a Cell was against The Undertaker, where they pulled all the stuff out, like they pulled the wood from the ring and all that stuff. So that was cool. I thought that the finish was going to be on the wood, but it wasn't, which I think is to help Brock, if anything else, because he's old after all. He's nearly 50. But yeah, absolutely right winner here. If any other Oba performance wasn't a star-making performance, this one is definitely it. And then Brock afterwards got on the mic and he was like, I'm the past, this guy's the future, which is massive, because it's not just from anybody. It's not Brock, it's not John Cena saying it, it's not Randy Orton saying it, it's not Cody Rhodes saying it. This is Brock Lesnar, a guy who's known for just being deadly serious. So the fact that Oba got this kind of respect from Brock Lesnar, I feel like if it is Brock Lesnar's last act in WWE, fair play to him. I thank him for that. And yeah, Oba is pretty much set for life at this point. Like, they can fumble it from here. But I hope they don't, and I can't see them doing it from here. You can clearly see that they have a lot of investment in Oba. So, yeah, I think this is huge for him. Absolutely great way to finish SummerSlam. And, yeah, a great way to finish a great show. So, yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions on SummerSlam 2026 Night 1. Do put down in the comments below what you thought of the show overall, your favourite match, and what you're looking forward to tomorrow, Night 2. Of course, I think for me, it's definitely Seth and Roman, because these two have a fantastic match every time they meet. But yeah, I know, I'm curious to see what everyone else is looking forward to, what everyone thought, your match ratings as well. Go put that on the shorts video as well. One thing that I completely forgot to mention was, I think I invested in the dirt sheets a little bit too much at the end of Punk and Cody Rhodes, because I was kind of hoping that Kevin Owens was going to show up, and clearly that isn't the case, and obviously he didn't. But obviously, when it comes to Kevin Owens, he has to be like 100% totally okay, totally clear to make sure that he can come back. I don't want Kevin Owens coming in back early and fucking his net cult even more. So I'm okay with him. Like, I'm disappointed that he didn't come back, because I'm a big Kevin Owens guy, but you know, it's fine that he didn't if he's not ready yet. But, you know, just the speculation around Kevin Owens showing back up again, I thought was quite nice. I thought maybe he was going to not cost Punk, but attack him after the match. But yeah, no, apart from that, very happy to say, very much enjoyed the show. The women's match was not great, but, you know, it's fine for what it was. I'm looking forward to the women's matches tomorrow. And Io and Liv, I think Yeah, they really showed up and showed out in this one, and hopefully this sees the sign of Liv defending more, because Liv is really good, so I don't understand why they haven't really done anything with her. But yeah, for me, over Brock, 100% match of the night, could be a match of the year contender, and yeah, just absolutely loved it, and hopefully you guys did as well. And so do leave your comments down below, do like and subscribe, as there'll be another review out around this time tomorrow, maybe a little bit later if they go longer tomorrow night, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But do stick around, do subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.